Today we have a really special friend here. We grew up together, we studied together, we played together, and we did a lot of things together. He is one of my closest friends, and he's Gautham Garapati. Hi Gautham, how are you doing
Hi
today?
Amol, thank you. Thank you for
Yeah,
your introduction. I hope
it's
you don't get into what we did in school and shit. How are you,
so
bro?
I'm
How's it
good.
going?
I'm good. So today's podcast is gonna be about a lot of things, how we as friends have evolved in life. Gotham is working on his new film, and which is gonna come out very soon, and we
Yeah,
are
it'll be
looking
this year.
forward to it. And he was always passionate about films. Gotham, I remember at age 14, you had
Yeah,
told me once, "Hey
seventh
Mol,
class.
seventh grade, hey Mol, I want to be an actor one day."
Yeah.
I remember we all had a fun. We used to be like, Bob, you're fat, I'm fat. We used to joke around. But look at you today,
Yeah.
man. Like, you've been
I
doing
was
great
baby
for
fat.
yourself. You've been doing
Yeah,
great for yourself, Gotham. Like the way
thanks,
you've
Amol.
transformed yourself spiritually or health wise, the way you've groomed yourself, and the person you've become. I'm very proud to see my friend grow this way.
Thank you, Amol. Means
Yes.
a lot.
Let's dive in
Yeah,
now to today's
yeah.
podcast. Let's know more about you. So Gotham.
Excited. Let's go. Movies
Yes.
actually down south. I don't know about north and anywhere in the world, but down south, the culture of watching movies is a lot. Especially like what triggered me into movies, like that spark into movies. I never used to watch movies. Like we in school, we used to play sports and watch sports. But seventh, eighth grade, when you used to have like summer breaks and all, I used to travel to my village to meet my grandparents. My grandfather was like a proper movie buff. He had like
Wow.
proper collection of movies from 90s, So he used to like keep playing movies, and it's not like for like a week or days. It's about like months, right? Summer breaks.
Yes.
So yeah, that's the spark in me. Maybe that's where it sparked, and from then like attracted to films, watching films, great content, great actors. That's it. Someday I want to be this. I'm that today.
I'm really happy to hear
Yeah,
that. So Gautam, when you said you spent your summer vacation watching movies,
yeah.
were there any particular genres that you used to watch, or which something that made you decide that, hey, I want to be an actor? Was there some movie or a particular genre that you watched that made
Firstly, more than like movies or genres, it was the work. I was really like confused. How do they do it? When I was 14, I was just thinking, just take a camera and you need bunch of actors and that's it, movie. But today, I really say it's very hard. Like so many in this, like so many other factors which play a role in making a film. So that curiosity about how to make a film or how to like perform made me got into this. Like started working on it from almost 10 years till now.
wow?
Yeah.
So how do you guys cope up, Gautam? How do actors cope up? Like viewers, we see them. You got to lose weight, you got to put on weight, you got to wear uncomfortable costumes sometimes. You have to do it. How do you cope up with
That's
all of
what you
this?
get paid for, first of all. Second of all, it's the field you chose to be in. There's so much competition out there. So if you got to look better than someone out there for you to like gap that character or a role, like I wouldn't say completely fit, because not every character or a role is going to be fit. But you have to look in a certain way, maintain your hair, maintain how you look, your skin, your diet, everything should be perfect, because you're making a standard out there. Someone is looking up to an actor, or someone is getting a work as an actor because they look in a certain way.
Right,
That's what I believe. If you're playing leads, you know what I
right.
mean? Yeah,
Now, that's really interesting, Gautam.
yeah,
So can we dive in a little more and get a little more detailed?
yeah.
So what was that first feeling when you got to know that you've been selected as a lead role in your upcoming film? What was your reaction? What were the emotions?
Actually, by the time I was going to like get selected, I think I was really done trying to get into the film industry. It was a tough journey, Amol. It's not that easy, and especially when you come from outside and you don't have film background in any industry, not only film industry. It's very hard. So it took me a time. Took me a time. I went audition so many different places, worked on so many things, tried. But one day, and I was even not ready to take a role or something. I was literally like drained. That day it opened and I gave my audition and that's it. And they
Right,
liked it. So they were looking for a fresh face and
right.
also someone who's able to do action.
Right.
So somewhat like you said, your previous question, why what takes an actor to like keep up with all these things, you know?
Right.
It's an advantage that I could perform in action, which got me the role.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how did you feel the first day on shoot, the first shot what you shot? How were
Sure.
your emotions?
Actually, before the shot, it was different. Like I didn't really know like how it was going to go. You know, your first
Right.
shot, and when you're there for the first time, you there's so many people watching, and you want to give it the best
Right.
because you're there for the first time, and you want to create an impression around you, right? Because your first impression is everything on the set. It was hard. It took some proper preparation. I was prepped completely, so
Right.
I didn't want to fuck up.
So do you guys have like workshops when you go to
Depends.
the movie?
Depends on like see if you're doing fights, you will need workshops
All right.
depending on the fight, and you know
All
it
right.
really depends. Sometimes if you're like if you need that freeness between your co-star and some
Right.
other actors on the set, so might as well just get it done before so that you don't waste much time on the set.
All right.
Wasting time on set means money is value. Value is time. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you, this is a little deep question,
Yeah.
Gautam. How do you get into a role and how do you get out of the role?
See again, it depends on what kind of a role you're playing.
Okay. Can
See,
we know a little bit more? What role would you be playing in your movie?
in my movie, he's actually playing a very dark character where
Okay.
his roots are from the army,
Okay.
and because of a tragic incident, he'll just have to like work on different things. I can't reveal the story, but
Yeah.
so the character has a single emotion after a point of time. So it's you need to like decode a character first, like what's his journey. You know, based on that, you can write your like research. So it totally depends on the writing of the director, and you sit with the director, ask him, what is your character? Like, what is he going to do? What does he want? You know,
All
from
right.
the time of his birth,
So
how
what?
is he like that? Why does he speak that way? You know, you can't be you or I can't be myself.
Yeah.
So if there's someone is in a different, life,
As you mentioned, you're playing a little dark side of a
yeah,
role.
yeah.
How did you come out of this role, Bobby? And has it affected you in your everyday life when while you were shooting? And
Actually, I don't take it after the shoot.
okay.
Once the cut is there, I'm out of my character. I don't know. It's a blessing I feel because I've never practiced it, but I got used to it. So when you say action or before the action, when I'm on the set, I get into that character. And more of it, the interesting part is the set gets you into that character. That's the greatest part from the director or the production design. When you enter a set, the set drives you into that mood. You know, that set gets you into that character, so that'll be helpful. And when you're out of the set, it's again a normal life. As far as my experience, I have never took a character home.
So you don't let it.
I don't let it.
That's yeah.
It can be conscious or unconscious, but I don't know. I don't even realize if it is with me
Bobby,
sometimes,
were there days when you came back from the set and thought to yourself, "Hey man, if I got that one more take, I
Yeah,
would have done it better."
of course, Amol.
Does that happen?
That keeps on happening. That's the learning process in filmmaking.
Right.
If you had one more shot, you'll feel like, okay, I should have done this. But that feeling comes when you see yourself after, like 20 times after the take, or like maybe after you go home and rethink about it.
Right.
It's a common thing in every actor's life, I guess.
Bob,
But
yeah.
when you're there, given resources, given time, the best output, if you can deliver, that's the best thing you can do for that day, is what I believe.
Who's your inspiration, Bobby? Who's that idol hero you follow? Who's your inspiration?
Shah Rukh Khan, I'd say, and I really like the way he performs.
Shah Rukh Khan sir
It's very
is
natural and
amazing.
it's mad.
Yeah. So do you try to replicate a few things, learn from him, and try? I might not say replicate is the right word.
Influence, maybe.
Influence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you try to like?
I don't
Yeah.
try, but see, as every human being, when you grow up, you get your behavioral traits from some or the other human being around you, right? Like sometimes you get influenced by so many people.
Right.
So subconsciously, it's stored in your head, and without even you knowing, it comes out, you know. But I don't take it in my performance. I keep it very unique to a character, and I really work on that character.
When you're speaking about influence, Bobby,
Yeah,
let me share a personal thing
yeah,
with you.
please.
I don't really know how to mention this,
Yeah,
but when I hang out with someone for a few days or a few hours one on one, I try to I end up talking like them. I
Something you
become
like,
like
maybe,
them.
you
No,
you
it
try to pick up
subconsciously
something you
happens.
like, or
Yeah,
someone you
yeah.
like, yeah.
So as an actor, when you're being trained by your mentors
Yeah,
before your shot, or the
yeah,
directors explaining you,
yeah.
isn't it hard because you'll be molding into them, but you have to be the real Gotham there, or you have to play the
No,
character.
honestly,
Yeah.
if the writing is perfect, it's very easy.
All right.
If the writing has some flaws in it, it takes some time for you to understand. You
Okay.
know, so like you just said, everyone gets inspired by so many people on a daily
Right.
life. That writing of that character, if that inspires you, it's very easy to, turn into that character where you
Wow.
leave yourself and you're trying to talk like him, act like him, behave like him. So it's all in the writing, I believe, Amol.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
that's really
yeah.
informative, Gotham. Are there any genres which you want to explore, or yeah, after your shoot was done, were there
Yeah,
any genres like you learned that, hey man, I want to explore this next,
yeah.
I want to do that next? Is there anything like
Basically,
that?
yeah. So I always thought I would never do a love story, Amol, before this movie. I was always
Right.
like keen on like doing action films, like
We
raw
grew up
rust.
with action, man.
Yeah, watching like all
Yeah.
action movies and shit.
Yes.
But like after working on this project, I somewhere felt okay. There's so much depth in exploring a love story.
Right.
Yeah, like performing a character where he falls in love with some girl. It's something I want to explore because I haven't yet
Dated
done.
anyone yet? You
Not
know
really
that.
about
And
dating.
gone through a breakup time where we
It's
all
not
were
about
crying
it's
and you were laughing on us.
yeah. It's not you
Yes.
all fell with like some nice Bollywood movies. Not
Yeah.
that. See,
Yeah.
something I want to explore that zone,
Yeah.
like Dil Se, Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah. That's a beautiful
It's
film.
more of like filmmaking than doing a love film.
Right.
Like playing instead of playing like a character who loves, it's just not love. The process of making a love story is something I want to explore. 'Cause I
Okay.
feel it's the most complicated feeling to generate on screen.
Chemistry between the two
Not even the
actors.
chemistry, it comes over time with the actor. But as an audience watching it and you feeling something watching them is something very hard to create. So that's something I want to explore. See, if I hit you and someone watching us will feel that okay, this guy hit him. If I hit you in a fancy way, okay, they'll think okay, this guy is a trained fighter. But I don't know how to create that feeling in you that okay, these two are deeply in love. No, it's just not acting there.
Yeah.
There's a lot there. There's music, there's cinematography, there's set. There's so much
Right.
there. So that space I want to
Yeah,
explore next.
music does play a
Of
lot. The
course.
BGM
Yeah.
plays a
Yeah,
lot
yeah, yeah, yeah.
of
Yeah.
holds a lot of character too by
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Most
So,
iconic films till now, whatever you watched, would have delivered the best music,
right.
or any movie you watched.
Bobby, was there any scene which you remember and which you'll remember for the rest of your life from this movie?
From this
Yeah,
movie,
which we can know a little about. An incident or a funny incident or a scene which will always be close to your heart.
actually, there's like 7, 8 fights in this movie. I'm really, really attached to a few of the fights I've done.
Right.
And once it's on screen, I really, really wish people enjoy it because these are kind of fights no one has ever tried here. They're more of like single shots and realistic fights. It's not like I punch you and like you fly. No, this is something I feel I enjoyed most because whenever I was watching movies throughout years, hero comes, he punches, people fly. No, I've always like, okay, I want to do something realistic where people feel, okay, this guy is hitting real and it's fancy as well. No, that's something I enjoy doing in this film.
Wow. So was
Yeah,
there any as you mentioned, there were fight workshops. So,
yeah,
have you?
intensive.
So you've been to these fight workshops to be
Yeah,
trained for it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Can we know a little more about it?
It works like this, Amol.
Right.
You're shooting for a fight for like 3 days, let's say, and you have workshop for at least 10 days to get that, coordination between fighters and you as well how you perform. It's because it's draining, when you're on set and if you can do a normal scene, a talkie, but you can't do a fight when you're on set like randomly without the workshop. It's going to be very hard. You need coordination with the fighters, and especially if you're doing any fancy moves kind of thing, you need the workshop. It's better because you don't want to hurt yourself. You shouldn't be hurting anyone, and at the same time, like I said, you don't want to waste any time on the set.
Right.
Might as well I spend like 100 hours back and just to give that shot in 2 minutes. that really helps. The producer and the film, everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what made you choose this unique fight style?
Watching films, I really loved action films. I'm all like, and then I was wondering why the heroes here don't do realistic action like the Korean movies. You know, not brutal here. I'm not
Right.
saying brutal. I'm saying the realistic feeling of fighting. Have you watched Old Boy?
Yes.
You saw that single shot fight where like
Yes.
he's actually fighting against some 30 people. It's realistic. A fighter here, if he's fighting with 10 people also, you don't want to believe it. No matter you get the high end, people expect that from few people, and this is a niche I wanted to target.
So was this your idea to bring this different fight
Yeah,
style?
yeah.
Was it hard to convince your directors and
No,
the
they were
fight
also
masters?
looking for something, but the
Unique.
tough part is fight masters can give you everything here. They're no less than any other Hollywood fight master, but
No
you
doubt.
need someone to do that fights. Most of the times they don't want actors to do fights.
Reason being?
Because if you enjoy yourself and the rest of the schedule is right there stopped, and when the schedule is stopped, say let's say you're a star, and I can't like risk you, you know, if something happens to you on the set today, rest of my shoot is like halt for like
But
till
aren't
you
body
recover.
doubles used for this?
You need body doubles. You definitely need body doubles. It's my first movie and I have one. It's required. Like I'm
They
saying,
found
so if
someone of
anything
your
happens to
height?
my leg or an ankle or my wrist, the rest of the schedule is like on halt. There's so many other actors, other technicians, and their all dates are locked here, right? So that's the main issue. You use dupes and all. An actor
Right.
also is supposed to act, is not there for fighting.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So what was your relationship with your body double? What were the
No, I don't.
coordinations you guys
My
had to?
Whenever my fight master or the choreographer says, "Let's do this shot with the body double," I generally say I want to do it myself. There's something I really feel it's risky as in which there's nothing you cannot do if you practice. I believe that strongly. But at the same time, if you feel that okay, this has a probability of ending up little bad, I don't think you should be risking it as an actor because that's going to spoil the complete movie schedule. That's something they won't let you do also, the directors.
So was there anything in this movie which you did without a body double?
Yeah, I
Any
hurt
scene which?
myself also. I had like 7 stitches here and they had to stop shoot for 2 days.
My God.
So it's unnecessary and I had to go back, shoot with stitches on. So then I realized, okay, this is what they were trying to tell me all this while. It's not necessary sometimes. You know, it's not that you can't do. There's nothing you cannot do here. If you practice for 10 more days, you can do that as well. But what are the precautions of that?
Right.
Consequences of that are more than you giving the shot.
So Bobby, every actor has a dream, like a secret dream, that I wish I could recreate the scene, or I wish I acted in that film. Was there any film while growing up you remember, or you wish that you acted in that?
Recreating a scene is something I really wouldn't touch, Amol,
All
because
right.
masterpiece is a masterpiece. And wanting to play a character, I don't think I wanted to play a character, but I felt like that character so many times.
Right? Can you give
Yeah,
me an
so many
example?
movies.
Can you give me your top three examples?
Top three or any random.
Any random, all right. Let's break it down easier. Any random
See,
ones.
recent. Let's talk about some recent.
Right.
I was watching Pushpa. Okay, I don't want to be Pushpa, but I like how Pushpa behaves. So I was always thinking, I want attitude like Pushpa. I don't want to be Pushpa. Those are the things which inspire you to film also. These characters which are created by great filmmakers, they inspire you to craft of filmmaking. Not only Pushpa, let's say, how do I say, some king role like Bahubali, the ethics of Bahubali. I don't want to be Bahubali. I don't want to play Bahubali, but I want ethics like Bahubali. These are the things you take back from cinema. They have a huge impact on society also, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So, is there any dream project that you
Dream
want to work
project.
on?
As of
Haven't
now,
thought of any?
nothing.
Okay.
Just want
What
to like
if you had an unlimited budget?
That never happens.
No, no. Hypothetically, it's a question from
That
back
means
end, guys.
unlimited business.
No, no, no. This is a question from the back end.
Yeah,
What
let's go.
what if you had given an unlimited budget?
Hmm.
Who would your dream co-actor cast on, your entire, who would your dream cast be working with you? Can
Shah
you
Rukh
can you
Khan.
name them? You would work with Shah Rukh Khan, sir.
Yeah.
And who would your director be?
Uh, no, I'd be directing it.
Oh, you would want to direct it.
Yeah, of
All
course.
right. And who would
Want to
the
direct Shah Rukh Khan and then bring some Angelina Jolie with him.
opposite Shah Rukh
Yeah,
Khan, sir?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's something we'd love to see.
yeah.
Yeah. And what would the genre be?
It's going to be romantic action.
A romantic
Yeah.
action.
Shah Rukh Khan and
Wow.
not having romance is like impossible,
Wow.
bro.
Wow, that's gonna be a cool movie,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Wow. I hope that works out
yeah.
someday.
But this is going to be on the Mars, not on Earth.
So, Bobby, if your granddad were here with us today,
Yeah. Actually,
how
he
would
was
you?
the one who like sparked this in me. You know, he was always like, "Why are you sitting at home in summer holidays? Why don't you go and do some childhood character?" You know, like that. I know this director. I'll take you there. He was like very passionate about
So, did he
films.
actually take you to
No, no,
sets?
no. I was really like nervous
Shy.
and scared. Yeah, of course. You know me. I was
Right,
shy. Yeah,
right,
yeah. Your first instinct is being shy.
right.
You know, like
Well,
everyone wants to be an actor. Everyone wants to be a hero. Everyone wants to be a heroine, and everyone are in their own lives. You know.
they're heroes
Yeah,
in their individual
yeah,
lives.
yeah, yeah. But you just have to bring it out, like the introvert and extroverts. You know, and it reflects on camera. Is what I feel. It's the basic of acting.
This is a personal question, but
Yeah,
I want you to answer it as an actor.
yeah,
Growing up with you, there were times when I felt that, hey, Bobby's a little introvert. He's
yeah,
only open when the boys are together.
yeah,
But when we had someone else coming in the group
yeah,
or when we went
yeah,
out,
yeah,
you became really quiet.
yeah.
How did
Very
you cope up
insecure
with
and
this?
tight.
Exactly.
You
I
know.
remember this. How
Yeah.
did you cope up with this and get out of this,
That
Bobby?
was something me, you know. That was always me, like you said.
Yes.
I was like that. I was born like that. I was brought up like that. I was very insecure. But going through this learning of acting, I just like started to, you know, like open up myself and I am me. I don't have to be afraid of being
Because
myself.
you have to meet hundreds of people every
Yeah.
day, so
The
you
hundreds
cannot.
of people watching you on a set, Amol,
Yes.
irrespective of a small movie or a big movie,
Right.
they take so many people to work on a set. You know, like if you think of someone is watching me, in fact, if you think of a camera is watching me, you cannot act. So there is no camera, there is no person, there is no one watching you. Leave watching. There are hundreds of sounds, hundreds of sounds. Someone is joking, someone is doing something, someone is making some noisy sounds. You can't react to everything out of it, you know. And coming to the introverted side of me, I was like that. I was very open with the close bunch of people I know. And then when I went to this acting training, I really understood. You just be yourself. You will like you or might not like you. You know, you just got to be yourself. And from that time, I was just being myself.
I'm really happy to see you this way, man. From being an introvert to coming on the silver screen
Not
very
completely
soon.
introvert. Introvert to people I don't know.
Exactly. That's
It
what I
used to
meant.
take me
Yeah.
time to like open up. I was
Right.
very insecure of new people. You know.
Right.
But the people I know, you know me very
Yeah.
well.
Now he was always a darling, right? He was always there, saving us, helping us out, treating
You
us
were
with some
always there
fancy
getting into
food.
trouble, getting
Yeah, he
people
used to
into
get us
trouble.
out of the trouble. I still remember going on bike rides with him. He used to be like, "Hey, Amol, take
Yeah,
my bike, you go."
yeah.
Yeah, I
If
still
there's
remember
anything
those
I want to
days.
be part of, some movie like Doom, bro. That really inspired us from
Yeah,
summer, you
can
know.
we
That's
talk
the
a
reason
little
we
more
like
about
always
it?
like bought
Yeah,
like bikes and all.
yeah.
The sound I
The
feel, you
sound, the
know.
K and an air filter, what
Yeah,
you had in your
no,
bike, I can never forget that. What a
riding a
beautiful
bike or
sound.
driving a supercar is more of sound.
Sound, the music, that's
Yeah,
music to
music.
the ear,
It's
the
a
natural
symphony,
BGM.
symphony, and the thrill of the speed which drives you,
Yes,
right? Same
yes.
works with BGM. The question
Right,
you asked,
right,
sound gives you that emotion in you.
right.
Yeah,
It's like we hit in the gym and listening to that right
yeah.
music. It helps you.
Even like you said, the BGM part. You watch a horror movie without a music,
Not gonna be scary at all.
it's not at all scary. The sound and the cinematography, the shots you use, create that emotion in you. So sound plays a major role. Not only BGM, I'd say SFX, sound effects as a whole. They do it for the whole film first, and then it goes for BGM. So SFX is very interesting. The breath, the surround sounds, everything come in SFX. That gives you that real feeling.
All right. And while you can you tell us a little more about your acting school?
I
What
went
kind of
to
acting have you learned?
No, I went to Sydney School of Film Arts Bureau. I was
Wow.
doing my entrepreneurship course, and I used to not come back for my summer breaks here. So I was doing proper for the screen. So they're like, I was not preparing for stage. I was not doing method, but I was always like learning cameras and how to treat the camera as an actor. There's this thing called screen acting now. It'll just keep picking up slowly. So how do you favor to the camera? All these small things, and what type of shots cinematographer uses, what type of lenses they go with. So if you don't understand the camera, you can't really act on a screen. You can maybe do a theater, you can do a method, you can do anything nice now. Stanislavski, you can be on a stage where you're loud, there's no cut, you know there's so many people watching you in a 3D, right? But on screen, you're playing for the camera. So end of the day, you give that shot to the camera, and it's not about how great you're performing. It's about how much the camera is pleasantly capturing you. You know, that's very important. It's something I learned in Sydney Film School.
Wow.
Yeah,
Is there
because you
any
can't fuck with the focus. You can't move away from the light. You can't like move away from eye contacts and your suggestions. There's so many things which taught me. These are something people learn on sets, right? When you're on a set, your experience get you. But
and
when I was in that school, I was lucky to like play with cameras and learn. There's a lot of cinematographers like teaching you how they want actors to be performing and all.
and how well versed is our industry with the education that you've come here with?
Oh, this
Was it a
industry,
culture shock for you?
yeah, of course.
Because
But this is something we've been known, right, from childhood. We grew up watching all this Telugu, Hindi films. It's not easy. Every industry is tough to get in or like adapt. So more than like film, scripting, editing, this is one part of your journey. The other part of journey is to understand the film industry, how it works, the business, the players, you know, the politics behind it, so many things.
so, Bobby, can you speak a little more about the production part? How does it work as a new actor? What are the challenges you face?
In production,
Yeah,
so basically people think production is just like spending money, but there's a lot more in production, Everything has to work. Every craft is very important about it. Producer is the one who brings all these 24 crafts together, you know, and arrange dates, arrange set, manage all of them. It's more of managing human, it's the biggest task, and doing your budgetings, finishing movie on scheduling is one part of it. Making a film is one part of production. Releasing it, making business out of it, promoting it is one part of production. And I think it's the toughest part. Getting the film into the theaters and making people come watch it, doing business out of it. End of the day, any field, anything is business, right? So you invest 1 rupee, you want to make 2 3 rupees out of it, but you don't want to make point 0.5, right? So it's very risk for them.
right.
So all other crafts also we work for the producer. Like I said, we don't want to waste any time on the set. No, it's very valuable. Let's say today's shoot cost is 3 lakhs, right? We have like 6 hours of time. And if I missed to give my shot today, the next day's shoot is 6 lakhs, right? For the same scene, you spend 3 more lakhs.
Right.
So if your budget is a 3 crore movie and you keep doing this process, it's going to end up at 6 crores, right? So you got to balance everything. You got to balance people, bring in different artists, different talents, arrange everything for them, bring them on set.
So, as an upcoming actor, how involved were you in this?
Production.
Yeah. Or were you kept only in the acting and the directing part of it?
See, when I'm sitting in my office, I would be active, but when I'm on set, I don't think of any department other than my craft, because that's the only time I get to prove myself. End of the day, they're all working for a shot, and which I have to give. That's the most important on set. Sit in your office, fix production, fix writing, everything, pre-production, on point. Take time, it's okay. But when you're on set, it's all about acting. No,
Right.
because that's the only thing you're gonna watch. End of the day, you don't know. I've given you 10 shots or 20 shots, or I took 3 days or 4 days, or I spent 1 lakh, 10 lakhs. You really don't know as an audience. You're
Right.
just watching that shot, right? So that's the most important thing on set. And to keep actor in that zone, you can't keep everything in your head. If you think of production, you can't act because there's something running. Okay, director says one more. I can't be like, okay, one more is going to cost me 50,000. I can't really think that. I should be like, let's do two more. That's going to be bring the best output. That's,
Right. And what was your relationship with the director and the DOP?
I become friends with everyone I'm on. Generally, not that he's a DOP or a cinematographer. Even if it's a set boy, also is my friend. So
Right.
I work that way, and then comes his profession, what he's
Right.
doing.
No, I meant to ask was what was your relationship work wise? Were they
Work wise,
understanding? Were
okay.
there
Work wise,
times? Yeah.
yeah. Leaving the shooting part, pre-production, I was very, very close to the director because I want to understand what he wants and what I should be working on. But when I'm on set, most of the time it's with my cinematographer only because I want to know what lens he's using, what lighting is using, because that's going to help me give the shot easier. Because director had fed me everything before I'm on the set. Now it's my time to give it out, right? And then director is just managing different, and I don't want to be a pressure on him. I work more with the cinematographer on the set because I want to know what his shot is, what the director told him. I want the shot panning left or right, what lens is he using. So if I have this information before, when I'm sitting before the shot, it's easier for us to give that shot faster. The whole point is to not give faster but give the best shot.
As an actor, sometimes when you're in the character and you're doing a particular scene, you are more involved and you realize that either the camera or the focus was not right or that shot scene was not right. So were there challenges in your shoot too where you had to correct them, and how easily were they understanding, or would they be like, hey, you're a newcomer, you do what we want you to do, or did they actually listen to you and
There's
you
nothing
work
like that,
together?
Amol. I'm
Okay.
telling you, I never felt like a newcomer or no one treated me like a newcomer in the industry. No, whenever, like you said, first the director takes a call more than anyone if the shot is fine or not.
Right.
You don't have, actor doesn't have any right or the cinematographer doesn't have any. Most of the time, I don't even look at the monitor. I don't even want to go watch the monitor because that's director's job. He knows what he wants, right? So if he says okay, it's done. But if he wants one more, we have to give her one more. Let it be anyone's mistake, cinematographers or lights, anything. As long as the director says okay, everything is fine.
Right.
So I have to be patient. Sometimes it's tiring, you know why? Because you can't do the same thing again and again. It takes time. So if you're really like faking and acting,
It
maybe
shows.
you can do the same thing over and over again.
Right.
But when you want to live that character, sometimes you bring that, like that shot.
Right.
And maybe the next immediate shot you might not. Or the third one you get a shot, but they can be a little different. Those things take
Like the focus must
time.
have gone wrong or something
Yeah,
must have gone wrong.
it's common
Yeah.
filmmaking process.
What was the maximum takes you've given?
I generally do 2, 3 all max.
That's really impressive.
Sometimes it goes more. I don't know, but generally don't waste time. So I'm prepared more than anything. So I don't want to waste anyone's time here. So last time we shot a fight. That's a fight we planned for 3 days and we finished it in 4 hours.
A 3 day fight
We
in
finished
four
in four
hours.
hours. It was about 10 fighters. We didn't cut any camera. We were rolling both the cameras, and I gave all single shots.
Weren't you physically drained?
Yeah, I was dead by the end of the day. I didn't have food because they call this umber powder, that black powder. So it was all over the set, and they take that pressure guns and they just keep hitting it every shot. There's black powder in your mouth, in your eyes, in your nails, everything. You can't even eat, you can't drink water. That's the reason I wanted to finish it fast. More than,
Because
more than
you wouldn't want to continue it for three more
yeah,
days.
yeah. And luckily, everyone gave single takes that day. Not me, the other guy on the other side, the
The
other
co-stars.
fighters, everyone. It happens sometimes. Sometimes it might go up to a 4th day also. See, and the other day we were shooting till 4 o'clock. There was nice light and all. And then we thought, okay, let's just take a small break. It's tiring fights because 9 o'clock I give my first shot, 4 o'clock I give my last shot, depending on the light. The whole thing when you watch it together, it's a 2 minute fight. So I can't have a energy variation at 9 o'clock and 4 o'clock. You know what I mean? So it should look like one energy, one emotion. I have to maintain it. Right? So we thought let's just take a break. I need to like get some energy. It started raining.
Oh my God.
So there's no light. So we had to take it next day. So there's so many variables which you can't see. So no one expected it's going to rain.
Right.
So sometimes it happens, and when it rains, they don't run the cameras here.
Of course.
Yeah,
Oh, it doesn't. I'm sorry.
I mean they don't want to use them.
Okay.
They
But
thought,
don't you have camera
yeah,
protections?
but that on a rainy day you take the production and you go for a shoot. But you're shooting on a sunny day, there was no protection for us that
Oh,
day.
so it was unexpected.
Unexpected.
Obviously
So
not then.
sometimes it happens like that.
Right.
You know, it was trippy.
Right. Can you stress a little more on BGM and educate our young viewers out there?
BGM, music
Yes.
directors. It's,
How
it's
important is it for you when you're fighting?
it's not
Does it boost your
not
adrenaline?
only BGM in fighting. BGM in every scene is very important.
All right.
You can only feel sad to a certain point, but you can feel sad to a certain level when you listen to a type of music. So every scene asks for certain music depending on what type of emotion the director wants to portray to the audience. No, it's completely a music director's. It's not an easy job, I would say, because understanding what the director wants, giving it out takes time. Creating music is stuff.
Right. Bobby, how important is social media for an actor today?
Social media is completely different kind of a marketing for becoming an influencer more than like film marketing. It's about creating your presence on social media is important, but that's not just going to buy you tickets, is what I believe. That's completely different. It's more of like attracting brands and promoting brands, having a set of followers. Let's say if you have 1 million or 2 million followers on social media, doesn't necessarily going to turn up into tickets, right? The actual movie going audiences are different. So you got to target the masses, and for the big star, I really don't think they need any social media presence because the social media needs them, you know. But for an upcoming person, maybe it plays an important role in creating a presence that okay, this person exists and he's an actor, but that's just not going to create fans or get you opportunity based on that.
All right.
That's why something really believe, and it's affordable these days. Anyone can. The interesting part here is what I figured out in recent times. Until like 10 years ago, there was no digital phones where we had like proper screens in all 10, 15 years. No Instagram, no Facebook, the starting of Facebook era, let's say. So whenever people wanted to watch something on screen, it was a theater. So whenever you want to see someone or something, it was theater. So whenever you see someone or something on theater, those people were stars then, because you can only find them on theater. But you can find every star, every actor, every gym body, everything literally, the wildest of the wildest locations, production designs, everything, editing patterns on social media today. So in this competition, it's very tough for you to like bring audience to the theater, you know, and creating actors, new actors, especially from theaters, it's very hard. So it's complete content driven.
So what does Bobby say? OTT or cinema?
Theater, you mean?
Theater.
Both work good, but theater is cinema, conventional cinema. No matter how much I try to watch a movie at home, I don't feel the way I watch a film in theater. No, that's something culturally we are rooted to, is what I believe. Especially if you go for a 4 a.m. show, the thrill of a 4 a.m. show and watching a movie with that rushes of like action heroes and the music and the sound designs, you don't find that in your home. You just have to sit, watch. Maybe you can rewatch a film you really liked on OTT or some content across the globe. But coming to the film which is made here, they're supposed to be watched in theater because they're made for screens, theater screens, and the sound systems and all the 7.2 mixings and all.
But OTT is coming with some big budget films and they're doing great.
Yeah, both are doing great.
Do you
You
see
think theater is
yourself?
not coming with big budget films and they're not doing
Definitely.
great?
Always,
And there's
always.
small budget films also which have done really, really great in theater.
Right.
There's so many examples
Like
recently.
Kantara
Yeah,
especially. And
so many,
they've
bro.
made record
So
worldwide.
many, so many of those. So there is space for both of them. And I think here, coming back to your promotion question, this plays a role in attracting people to the theater. People are like more attracted to the way you're promoting or your teaser or the trailers, how attractive they are and how engaging they are. These things are attracting people to theaters. So you can't just make a normal movie and bring people to theater. That's not going to work anymore. The more than watching a movie, bunking school and going to a cinema was the fun part. And if
Yeah.
you watch a good movie, that's more interesting that day, right? So
Yes.
you can't get that on OTT. OTT is not, I'm not saying it's bad, it's good, but the feelings are different.
This is a little personal question,
Yeah,
Bobby. This is from my learning.
yeah.
Does Gautam Garapati see himself as an actor or a star 10 years down the line?
I always want to be an actor,
Not a star.
not a star. Stars, it's something, it's not your wants, it's something has to be made over years. So you really don't know, let's hope for it. But I just want to be an actor, even though I'm, let's say, so-called star, today is also an actor, a great actor. Great actors are only stars.
So, according
Whoever
to
you call them stars today, they're all great performers, first of all.
no doubt,
No
they've
doubt.
worked their way up and they are idols for us.
Yeah. And
But
they never think they're stars. They always think, I
yes,
want to give the best performance and
right,
I want to compete with the best performances across the globe. That made them stars.
right.
So
But
if you forget the fact that you want to act and I just want to be a star, you're never going to make it. So this is not a game about making stars. It's about giving out like proper performances, right?
what my learning was, a star will always be on that lead positive role, but an actor is willing to change his role from positive to negative or comedy.
You mean a character artist?
A
It's not
character,
actor. Everyone is an actor. See, a character
right?
artist is someone who is willing to do everything.
Like
And
Rana Dagupati sir, he does beautifully in a
he's a
lead role.
star. He's a
He's a
star
star.
actor.
He's definitely a star.
Yeah,
He's a star actor.
yeah,
He's my like he's. I've loved watching all his
yeah,
movies, right? And I'm really
yeah,
inspired by him.
yeah,
In fact, even this podcast
yeah.
idea, like I was always nervous. I was always an introvert, but after watching his podcast and
He's
the
damn
work
good.
he's done,
Yeah,
gives me
yeah.
confidence that
He's really good.
we can do this too.
Yeah.
And the kind of
Yeah, he's a
support,
star. That's what I'm telling you. But
exactly.
it doesn't mean he doesn't know how to act. He's given the best performances over
Right.
his films, right?
No, but the thing here, what I'm trying to ask you is, now Rana sir doesn't mind doing a negative role or a positive role. He plays beautiful in all the roles.
Yeah.
But if you compare, say, like as you said, Shah Rukh Khan, you wouldn't see Shah Rukh
No,
Khan
but
in
the
a
thing
negative
is
role.
exactly right here. See, you're okay watching Rana Daggubati sir playing any character and you're having fun out of it, right? You're enjoying that play or whatever he's done, his work. Would you want to watch Shah Rukh Khan sir play a villain? No. Like you're just telling me you wouldn't want to watch Shah Rukh Khan. So end of the day, you're giving out content for the public, what they want to watch, not what you want to show, right?
Right.
So they never want to watch Shah Rukh Khan as a villain. I would never accept that character.
Well, in Dawn, he did an amazing job.
Yeah, it's a grey character.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like complete negative,
Right.
right?
And
So
that's
there's nothing wrong in playing a character, but it's personal choices again, craft and what kind of a filmmaker you're working with and what platform you're working with. If you're doing on a screen, you can't do a complete negative character.
like when we speak about Nawaz Siddiqui sir.
Yeah,
Like we've seen him in Kick in negative role.
yeah,
We've seen him as a comedian. We've seen him in other movies as a lead.
yeah,
Now he's come out from NDA,
yeah.
right?
Great.
Theater background,
Yeah,
and
it's
he's
a
got
great,
all of
great
it. Or
film
Prakash
industry.
Raj sir
Yeah,
in our
yeah.
South industry.
They're all great
Yeah,
actors.
these guys are
Prakash Raj is a
amazing.
star, bro. Nawaz
He's
Siddiqui
definitely
is a star.
these guys are stars,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the thing is, they still want to experiment. They're still
It's
open to
personal
it. Yeah,
choices.
it's personal choices. Is that
Personal
what you say?
choices. Yeah, it's personal
Alright.
choices and how audience want to view you also matters here, and how
Right.
they're accepting you in that character. You can't make some actor as a superhero just that if you think that people will watch, but people don't want to watch. But you put some big name there, them there, then people enjoy that process, irrespective of what character is written. When that face is there, you already like your job is done. Half of
Right.
your job is done. So that's the thin line where people will want to explore.
Right. Bobby, AI has been coming into pretty much every industry now, and it's easing people and helping people. And a little research also showed us that AI is also partially replacing the actors. How do you take this?
No, AI is good. See, every innovation or disruptive technology or an innovation has good and bad. Like depends on how people use it. It's always complementing films or filmmaking process, but I don't think it can completely replace filmmaking. See, when I went through these workshops where you just put all three expressions of your face, all 360 degrees, and someone else is fighting for you, and you have their face. Like there is advancement in technology. It depends on how much you want to use it and where you want to use it. But you can't like completely make film using AI.
Right.
It's just complementing to the work. It's easier sometimes. See, before AI, we used to shoot something. You edit it, you see. If you don't like anything or some changes here and there, you want to go back to the same set. You want to recreate a set. You want to bring all the 200-300 people who worked on the set, and then maybe you will try to bring that shot out. Now with AI, you can do it
You can
easily. Like
recreate
it's
scenes.
in five minutes. See, like intimate scenes, if you don't want to do on screen or like with your co-star, with AI, it's possible today. You can see that. You know,
So you're saying,
so some things it's helpful. It depends on how you use it, Amol. Like there's social media, there's good and bad. There's cars, suppose it's innovation. Let's say if cars are there, people are going to drive crazy, kill people, die. It doesn't mean you stop innovation, right?
right.
So every innovation has good and bad to it. Depends on like how much you want to use it and where you want to use it.
So in your future project, say 10 years down the line or 5 years down the line, you're saying you would see yourself using certain tools for certain
Certain.
aspects. Yeah.
But the fun of making a film is you being able to do it, right?
The human touch.
Yeah. What's the point of someone else creating? It's not fun.
Right.
You would have been doing animes, right? Anime is also AI to me. You're just putting some face, right?
Right.
Yeah. Some ways it helps a lot. AI. I really believe it does.
Right.
Some parts of shooting you can completely avoid the set work and all.
Is there one tip you'd like to give to any upcoming aspiring filmmaker or an actor, to be precise?
So I'd say be realistic. So most of the people and myself also the mistakes I made. I want to make a story where no one has ever seen in this world, but I'll write the story. It is that way. But to make it come into reality, I need that kind of budget. I need that kind of technicians. I need that kind
Experience?
of experience. See, you bring in a right technician, you gain experience, I believe. But to bring that technician, you need experience. You need a lot of money. You need that network. So be realistic. So make a movie. If there's business out there for 3 crores, make a movie in 50 lakhs. So there's potential of doing business, but I can't be like I'll make a movie with 100 crores when your market is zero. No, that's something I would give for any filmmaker. If you're a director, write a story, get a story of like small budget where it works for some years. Because the least amount you can sell it could be around 1.5 CR. So end of the day, if you don't make money, you're just doing an art film on YouTube. That's not film, right? That's not the film we are looking at.
Right. Well, that's a nice tip for the young viewers. Bobby, I wish you all the very best for
Thank
your
you.
upcoming future
Thank you.
film. And one last question
Yeah.
before we end.
Yeah.
Uh, what's next for Bobby after
I
this?
really don't know. I just want this movie to be like a really, really good film,
Right.
and I just want to get into people. I need to penetrate to the market first, and
Right.
then I want to decide. Like I said before, maybe a love story, something I want to explore just to know the craft behind it.
What about action, man? You're tall, you're
Action love
built.
story. Yeah, comes
We
action.
need
Every
action, Bobby.
story,
We need to see you in
every
action, Bobby.
every story has action in it. Come on.
Right,
Every story has a love story in
right.
it. That's commercial cinema for us, right? There's love, there's family, but just action. I already got into one. It's called Rage.
Thank you so much for
Thank you,
coming on
Amol.
our show,
It's
Bobby.
my
We
pleasure.
wish you all the very best
Thank
for your
you.
upcoming movie, and it's gonna be a blockbuster, man.
Thank you, Amol. Thanks for having me. Love you.
Love you, bro.
Love you.